Don't worry guys, we'll make sure she's okay.
This mama's hungry for
Encontrando a Camila.
Okay, so the trailer for Watching and Dreaming was just packed with information, with us able to outline so much of what would happen in the finale, but despite containing an unprecedented amount of detail, it fails to mention what happens to one of our most beloved characters. Now my little sister and I have already broken down pretty much everything in the trailer, as we believed it gave us enough information to outline the whole finale. That being said, there's still an important detail we've yet to cover, and I think it gives us just enough to figure out where she is. In our massive trailer breakdown, we'd examined it all together, and determined how the Collector's game was gonna play out. We decided that he would focus on Luce, King, and Ida, with the rest of the Hexside squad being trapped in a different game, as not only do our main trio remain separate from the others, but as the Hexside squad are all using glyphs instead of their own magic, we'd believe the Collector had trapped them all inside of a game as well. The end of these two stages would end the first half of the game, where only one team could move on to the Collector's final challenge. And as it appears that only Luce and Co. are present in this stage, with each apparently trapped inside a challenge in their dreams, it suggests that the Hexside squad were the ones that didn't make it, with them all then being eliminated and thus turned into puppets. Now I understand that we only ever see one of them as a puppet, and that besides this clip of Amity's hand, we don't get anything else. However, as we later see them all strung up together, it not only reinforces that they've been taken by the Collector, but as they've ended up in the exact same situation as her, it means whatever happened to Amity had also happened to them. As we've now established what's happened to both of our sets of players, this only leaves two people that we haven't yet addressed, and as one of them is present in the clip that we never covered, I think it's that detail that'll help us find them both. This image reveals that Lilith has now also become a puppet, and as she's still in her normal outfit, I don't think it's part of a dream. Compare this to the Hexside squad as they bring the glyph to Luce, all still strung up like puppets, but with different clothes instead. We'd explained in the trailer breakdown that when people are in the dreams, they would have a specific outfit that was different from real life. This would mean that this shot of Lilith is not only real, but also not a part of the game's final challenge in their dreams. Furthermore, as we don't see her with the rest of the Hexside squad, a group we've now determined had transformed because of the game, it means she's clearly faced a different outcome from them and is thus most likely a puppet for an entirely different reason. That being said, we also never see her with Luce and Co., meaning she most likely wasn't a part of their games either. Come to think of it, this is the only time she's in the trailer, which probably just means that she was never part of the games. Now I know, this is a Where's Camila video, not a Where's Lilith video, but just trust me, as I think that in finding one, we're also able to find the other. Everything I've just said about Lilith also goes for Camila, as she too is never present in any of these situations, and so I think the reason that Lilith isn't part of any game is the exact same reason that Camila isn't either. The reason my little sister and I think they've both been left out of the Collector's game is because they're both adults and he just doesn't want to play with them. The Collector's just a silly little overpowered child, and so he probably doesn't want all these adults to wreck his fun. My little sister thought it would be really funny if the Collector just straight up said Lilith was boring.
You are so boring.
And I gotta admit, I really hope that happens in the finale. And so we think the reason we never see them is because they weren't allowed to play, with both of them being turned into puppets before the game even starts. Now, I know you're all screaming it at your computers right now, but what about Ida? Isn't she an adult too? Oh my god, I kinda do sound like Rain.
Ida!
You're embarrassing me in front of my crew.
But what about Ida? Isn't she an adult too?
In front of my crew.
But what about Ida?
Ida!
Isn't she an adult too? That she is indeed, and yet she's still a part of the game, but I think there are two factors that allow her to play. For one thing, she's significant to both Luce and King, and makes a very obvious player as part of the show's main trio. But for the other, probably even more significant thing, the Collector actually likes her, and even said she's cool.
For the last time, Ida doesn't sound like that. She's got more of a cool amp vibe who pretends to be all cold-hearted, but actually cares a lot.
So as the Collector doesn't know much about Camila and Lilith, he doesn't realize how cool they really are like we do. And so he's kept them out of the game right from the very beginning, and so we probably won't see much of them until the game is done. But don't worry, I'm pretty sure his game is going to end in Act 2, meaning we'll still get Mama Camila, and she can still get her vengeance. And we can still see her take LeChonkla to the Collector's little butt. Just kidding about that last part, I don't think we'll have to fight him. As we'd mentioned in the trailer breakdown videos, we think the Collector will come over to our side, as Luce, King, and Ida will overcome his final challenge and show him what it really means to be a family, which is something he's never had, but has always really wanted. After the game is over and the Collector's finally chill, I think they're gonna get him to free all of the puppets, starting with Camila, and then some of the other characters that are also close to our heroes. I've heard a lot of other ideas for where Camila could be, and so far my favorite was an idea by Milkyy Waves, where she's just busy fighting Odalia, and I freaking love that idea. Unfortunately, I don't think that could be the case, as between Luce and Co., the Hexside squad, and Belos' shenanigans, I think it would split the focus up into too many parts. But I do think it's a great idea, and I hope we get it somehow. Maybe I'll try to work that into one of my other theories. An idea that I don't agree with is that Camila might be dead, as it honestly just undoes Luce's entire character arc. Her journey was never about leaving the human world behind, and if her only tie to it was severed, then I think that's what she'd do, and that conclusion just feels very wrong to me. Her arc was never about escaping reality through the demon realm, it was about finding herself in the demon realm, so that she could then learn to face her reality. Having Camila die just completely ruins that, and so I don't think they're going to take that path in the finale. But anyway, let me know what you think happened to Camila, because honestly, I don't know, man. And check out the next one, where we also try to find yet another beloved character. I'm gonna find them all, dang it, I don't care how long it takes. What's that? There's only one day left. Shit.